Well, hello there. My name is Chelsea and I am brand new to Booktube. So grab a mug of tea, coffee, your drink of choice. I have a little decaf chai tea right here. Get cozy and let's talk about books. So I just wanted to do a little introduction video just so you can kind of get to know me and what this channel is going to be. So bear with me. This is my first YouTube video and you'll soon discover I'm a little socially awkward, and you know, that's just part of the thing, and I'm gonna lean into that. So I'm glad you're here, and I am just gonna share a little bit about me. I am Chelsea, like I said. I'm 31 years old. I live in Western North Carolina. I have a husband, an 8-month-old baby, and 2 crazy cats that you're probably gonna see during this video, maybe even. I am a musician. I play piano and I do that full-time, well, really part-time, while taking care of a baby. And pretty much in my spare time I read, listen to audiobooks a lot of the time these days, and also read whenever I can physically. I have a couple questions here to refer to the Booktube Newbie tag just in case I run out of ideas. So how did I start this channel? I mean, I feel like most people who start a Booktube, they just want to talk about books, and that's pretty much my reason too. I really got into reading, I guess, a couple years ago, like late 2021. I should say got back into reading. But since then I've been just reading a lot, and yeah, wanna share about my favorite books and my not so favorite books and be part of this community here. I love watching Booktube videos, and I've gotten lots of really good book recommendations and all that. So I just want this to be like a cozy place where you can relax and enjoy listening to someone talk about books. So let's see, a little bit of history with reading. I was homeschooled, so that explains the awkwardness. I grew up loving to read. I listened to books on tape, the 90s. Yeah, I just loved to read as a kid, and all the way up through, I'd say, high school. I just read a lot, you know, all the typical like YA, Hunger Games, Harry Potter, YA romance, all that good stuff. And then got to college, kind of stopped reading, really read like nonfiction stuff for a bit, and that was not super fun or exciting to me. And then I got back into reading, like I said, 2021 I think, and I read Where the Crawdads Sing. That really got me back into fiction reading, and then I started just reading a lot more after that. Is she awake? Okay, cool. Should I just keep it rolling? Just edit this out, I guess. So yeah, then I got back into fiction reading in 2021. I read Where the Crawdads Sing, and yeah, that just kind of got me back into the fiction world, and I've been loving books ever since. And I still read nonfiction every now and then. I've enjoyed some memoirs, but for the most part it's been all fiction. And I'll talk a little bit more about genres and books that I'm currently reading and all that. So my cats are wrestling on the bed in front of me, so that's fun. You'll probably hear some feral animal sounds. Don't mind them, they're wild. Their names are Reshi and Adelaide. They're 2 years old, brother and sister, and they're really annoying but super cute. Anyway, books are the main thing. I just really hope that this channel will be like a relaxing, cozy, chill little escape from, you know, your everyday life. For me, but for you too. So why do I love reading? I mean, you know, I love escaping into a different world, different story, different characters. It's just a very relaxing way to kind of shut my mind off and just decompress and force myself to sit down, especially physically reading. These days I read a lot of audiobooks because I'm a busy mom, and so that's great. I love that because it helps me to actually get through books and have something to listen to. But I do love just sitting down to read because it's just a chance to relax and, you know, have a cup of tea, have a little treat, and cozy up under a blanket under the couch, you know, under the couch, on the couch. I don't lay under the couch. So yeah, what kind of books do I like to read? I mentioned this a little bit. I started out with like YA and I mean, I read a lot of classics growing up. I would say in the past couple years my tastes have changed, but I started out more with like historical fiction. I loved The Nightingale, any Kristen Hanna really, so like any World War II like historical fiction type stuff like that, and classics. That's kind of where I like started, and I'd say in the last couple years since getting back into reading, it's morphed more into like fantasy and mystery thrillers, like just general literary fiction, contemporary fiction, whatever you want to call that. I'd say fantasy, historical fiction, and mystery thrillers are my main genres. Some romance thrown in there, but it's not like my main genre. I always love romance in a book, but not as the main focal point. I've really been getting into fantasy lately, especially like cozy fantasy. That's probably like my favorite genre at the moment. I've just been going through like all sorts of cozy fantasy books. So that's what you'll get here. A little bit of fantasy, a little bit of historical fiction, maybe some classics, mystery thrillers, maybe a little bit of YA still, some romance, like a little bit of everything, you know. What am I reading right now? I just started this last night. I'll show it to you. Ruthless Vows. So for those of you who don't know, this is part 2 of a duology, the Letters of Enchantment duology. The first book was Divine Rivals, which if you've been on the internet, you've probably seen it like everywhere. It's been really popular, so I had to check it out. I finished Divine Rivals like last week, and now I just started this last night, so I'm only like 10 pages in. It's probably take me a week to finish because, like I said, I don't get to sit down and read a lot, but I am excited to read it. I enjoyed the first book. I would say that Divine Rivals was not like 5 stars for me, but it was really good. Then I'm listening to this one, which I actually happen to own the book, but I just started the audiobook through my Libby app, The Girl with the Louding Voice. And this is about a 14-year-old girl in Nigeria who really just wants like an education and a chance to make her own way in the world, but she is sent off to marry this like old man who already has 2 wives, and she's just trying to figure out like how to not be stuck in this you know, cycle of not having her own voice. And yeah, so I'm only like, I don't know, 15%. Do you hear that? That is my cats. They're going crazy. They know I'm doing something. They're like, it's time to act wild. So anyway, I usually have a physical book and an audiobook going at the same time. Hopefully that gives you a little sense for what this channel is going to be. I'm going to plan to upload like monthly TBRs and monthly reading wrap-ups, as well as book hauls and anticipated reads. That's kind of my TBR, but you know, maybe even some book thrifting or little free libraries. I love the library, love the Libby app, so I'll probably be sharing lots of like things about how to get free books and my library finds. I just realized I never took a sip of my drink, so let's do that real quick. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video.